This is Dara. Dara is 5 years old and lives in Nigeria. Dara and his family are just one of many who are currently suffering from malnutrition across the globe. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals includes a target for zero hunger. This target aims to end all forms of hunger and malnutrition to ensure that all people across the globe have access to sufficient and nutritious food, including Dara and his family. This target is aimed to be completed by 2030 and presently affects areas across the globe such as Asia, South America, and Africa.
So what is malnutrition? Malnutrition is defined as the deficiency, excesses, or imbalance in a person's intake of energy and/or nutrients. There are three main types of malnutrition: undernourishment, overnourishment, and micronutrient deficiency. Undernourishment contributes to nearly half of all deaths in children under 5, and in 2020, approximately 800 million people were affected. Overnourishment is most prevalent in developed nations, and in 2021, 1 billion people were considered obese. Micronutrient deficiency is estimated to affect 1/3 of the global population, with the most common being iron, vitamin A, and iodine.
In 2015, the UN agreed to aim to achieve zero hunger by 2030 as part of their 17-step Sustainable Development Goals. In this video, we'll be focusing on Target 2.2 of achieving zero hunger to end all forms of malnutrition by 2030. This is a global issue pertaining to the unavailability and overconsumption of food and the lack of essential vitamins and minerals which the body needs to function correctly.
Malnutrition is detrimental to global societies, significantly increasing the mortality rate of infants and increasing disease transmission by impairing the immune system.
Despite global efforts from NGOs, government initiatives, and scientific strategies, there has been little progress made since 2015, as none of the three indicators are on track to be completed as scheduled. Indicator 1 and 2 address stunting and malnutrition, with a particular focus on children under 5 years of age, such as Dara. Indicator 3 aims to significantly diminish anemia in women aged 15 to 49 of reproductive age. In 2021, the number of people affected by hunger globally rose to 828 million, acknowledging that the world is moving in reverse away from the Sustainable Development Goal of zero hunger. This is an extremely concerning upward trend. Fortunately, there are still programs and initiatives in place which are working to lessen the burden of malnutrition.
So how can we tackle these indicators and help Dara's family? One rather genius solution for combating malnutrition is biofortification. Although not highly effective as a strategy against under- and overnourishment, this strategy is particularly sufficient in the prevention of the third form of malnutrition, micronutrient deficiency. But first, what is biofortification? Well, it is the process of increasing desirable traits in target organisms through selective breeding or genetic engineering. Sounds kind of scary, I know, but biofortification has become an essential tool in reducing micronutrient deficiency across the globe.
Take vitamin A cassava, for example. Vitamin A deficiency affects an estimated 250,000 to 500,000 children worldwide, most of which will unfortunately go blind as a result of this. But this can be stopped. Dr. Paul Iona and his team at Harvest Plus cultivated the vitamin A cassava in 2014. They assessed and identified desirable traits within each genome using marker-assisted breeding techniques. This allowed for the simple selection over successive generations of traits like a higher yield and resilience to weather and poor soil quality. This crop now possesses 20 parts per million of vitamin A, which is enough vitamin A to satisfy the daily needs for all demographics. Since 2014, Dr. Paul Iona has focused on introducing his crop to low socioeconomic rural communities. Families like little Dara's, whose main source of food is the crops that his parents will grow, will be able to thrive. In fact, vitamin A cassava now grows in 23 countries spanning over Africa and Latin America, feeding 2.6 million households just last year, thus decreasing the prevalence of vitamin A-related blindness and increasing immunity against infectious diseases.
Cassava isn't the only crop like this. Maize and lentils enriched with zinc and rice and potatoes infused with iron are just some of the others currently being developed. Ultimately, we must learn to embrace the rise of biofortification as a key tool in fulfilling the UN's target goal of zero hunger. This upward trend spells a brighter future for millions of people, ultimately working to meet the goal of zero hunger globally.